Peace, everybody, peace. Today is the 18th of November. So, I have this book. I haven't even looked at it. It was my mother's. Oh, excuse me. The Celestine Prophecy, okay? So I pick it up, I open up a page, and this is what's here. This is what, page 130. This works. Let's see what this part was. Real quick. This is stuff coming out, okay? If you are a child and someone is draining your energy by threatening you with bodily harm, then being aloof doesn't work. You can't get them to give you energy by playing coy. They don't give a damn what's going on inside of you. This is what this I open up this book and I'll show you. This is the book right here. Okay, just opened up to this page. This is what we have. It's for a reason. They don't give a damn what's going on inside you. They're coming on too strong, so you're forced to become more passive. This is from a child, this is a child. More passive and try the poor me approach, appealing to the mercy of the person, guilt-tripping them about the harm they are doing. If this doesn't work, then, as a child, you will endure until you are big enough to explode against the violence and fight aggression with aggression. That's why children get aggressive. They're letting you know what's going on. He paused, like the child you told me about, the one in the Peruvian family that served you dinner. A person goes to whatever extreme necessary to get attention energy in their family. And after that, the strategy becomes their dominant way of controlling to get energy from everyone. The drama they constantly repeat. This is absolutely for a reason. I understand the intimidator, I said, but how does the interrogator develop? What would you do if you were a child and your family members were either not there or ignored you because they were preoccupied with their careers or whatever or something? I don't know. Playing aloof would not get their attention. They wouldn't notice. Wouldn't you have to resort to probing and prying and finally finding something wrong in these aloof people in order to force attention and energy? This is what the interrogator does. And I began to get the insight. Aloof people create interrogators. He goes, that's right. Interrogators make people aloof. And intimidators create the poor me approach, or if this fails, another intimidator. Exactly. That's how control drama perpetuates themselves. But remember, there is a tendency to see these dramas in others, but to think that we ourselves are free from such devices, right? Each of us must transcend this illusion before we can go on. Almost all of us tend to be stuck, at least some of the time, in a drama, and we have to step back and look at ourselves long enough to discover what this is. I was silent for a moment, and finally I looked at Sanchez again and asked, once we see our drama, what happens next? And Sanchez slowed the truck in order to look me in the eyes, and we are truly free to become more than unconscious act we play. As I said before, we can find a higher meaning for our lives, a spiritual reason we were born to other particular families. We can begin to get clear about who we really are. We're almost there, Sanchez says. The road was cresting between two peaks. That's significant right there. As we passed the huge formation on our right, I have no idea. This is just a page I opened up to, and this is what it is. So I saw a small house ahead. It backed up into another majestic pinnacle of rock. And it says, this truck isn't here, Sanchez said. We parked and walked to the house. Sanchez opened the door and walked inside while I waited. I took in several breaths. The air was cool and very thin. Overhead, the sky was dark and gray and thick with clouds. It looked as though it might rain. I'm just reading the rest of it. Oh my God, Machu Picchu's in here. Okay. Wow. Sanchez walked back to the door. No one inside. He must be at the ruins. How do we get there? He suddenly looked exhausted. They're up ahead about half a mile, he said, handing me the keys to the truck. Follow the road past the next ridge, and you'll see them down below. Take the truck. I want to stay here and meditate. Okay, I will. I said, walking around to get in the vehicle. I drove forward into a little valley and then up the next ridge, anticipating the view. The sight did not disappoint me as I crested the ridge. I saw the full splendor of the ruins of Machu Picchu, a temple complex of massive, carefully shaped rocks weighing tons, sitting on top of each other on the mountains. Even in the dull, cloudy light, the beauty of the place was so overwhelming. So I stopped the truck and soaked up the energy for 10 or 15 minutes. Several groups of people walked through the ruins. So I don't know. This is what I opened up to the Celestine prophecies, and I know this is a message. So they're clearly having this conversation while driving on how to overcome the intimidator that you had on in your life. Someone that drained you, someone that hurt you. Breaking these cycles, ending this stuff. I've never read this book, but that's the page I opened up to and I felt was important. The struggle for power. This is a lot of stuff, you know, the collective's cleaning out, you know, or clearing out as well on their path. You know, all this stuff comes up for a reason, and a lot of distractions as well. And I'm not saying it's not real and people aren't affected, because they are. But I feel like this is what it's been mostly about, staying strong in the core of who you are through these times. Because this is all coming up for a reason, for things to be exposed, things to be cleaned out, cleared out, for your higher, you know, it's for you being your highest purpose of yourself. Not allowing that to go on anymore. Asking yourself why. So don't be afraid to ask yourself why. You're the only one that's going to know why. You're the only one that's going to know. You're the only one that can do your life. And some of you may be having your kids acting out and getting in trouble. You know, look at why. Instead of blaming, look at why. Because there's something going on deeper. And there is. I have an idea, for me personally, what this is about. There's no coincidence. This is my mother's book, and this is the page I opened up to, with everything that's I'm aware of. So, and then Machu Picchu. Because that's where it leads me to. Machu Picchu. Peace, 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 you know? So whether this resonates or not, I don't know. Have a good one.